You said this is Adele's debut song? Ooh, interesting, interesting. 400 million. Okay, okay, okay. So does it so am I to expect like this is going to be the lowest is this her not her worst I don't want to say worst cuz that makes it sound bad. Is this song a lot rawer than most of them or does this live up to the exact same thing as she's been doing that we've seen from our other reactions? Okay. All right. 正しさとは愚かさとはそれが何か見せつけてやれFair. Fair. I'm not gonna lie. You said, ooh, she shuts on Japanese society and how it tries to kill the youth by setting ridiculous rules. A lot, and I mean a lot of Japanese seniors hated that song, and it was banned. Really, it was banned on TV, I think. But the younger people loved it. Parents said the song was trying to kill traditions. It was a whole ass fiasco. Hmm. I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. Now, I feel like Japan as a whole, like from a society standpoint, provides like a lot of positives, but there's also a lot of clearly defined negatives that come with the structure of the society as a whole. Um, they're obviously ahead of the curve a little bit. You know, they reached their peak, so to speak, a lot faster than most other nations did. And obviously they're on the decline. They're having lower birth rates, but the like one of the things that I found to be interesting is they expect everybody to be roughly uniform, which makes sense in principle, right? Because you know what you're going to expect out of people. You know how people are going to carry conduct themselves in public because they don't want to stand out. You should not stand out. That is the lead thing, right? Above all else, don't stand out. Just play your role, stay out the way, right? And it makes sense. At the same time, though, it costs individuality and it can be very stifling for some people. So when you put people into a box and you say, "Hey, oh, you don't really fit in this box? Too bad. Fit in it anyways." There's a clear issue with that one because some people people can only be stretched and stretched and stretched so far until they tear. I think this song is a very good indicator of like the feelings of the younger individuals. And I feel like if birth rates didn't decline the way that they did, there would be a change of the way Japanese society was was not run isn't the word I'm looking for. It would change the way that society looked to outsiders and also how it was being operated on and treated. Like I feel like there'd be more progressive takes that would be allowed because right now most of the people that are going to sit there and have an opinion on anything are older, right? The average age is like in the 40s now. I heard. So that means most of the people that have an opinion that matters are going to be older people that don't really care what some of the younger ones have to say or their individualities that they're trying to call out. And like, even to the tune of like a lot of older people having jobs, you work in that one company the entire career, you retire, you collect your pension, all that, bada bing, bada boom, it's over, right? That's the mantra they lived. That's the thing that they existed in. So that's for some of them, it's hard for them to fathom anything else. So they stick to it. They say, why can't you just be like us? And I feel like the more open that older people are to conversations with younger people, there's going to be a stronger connection between them. And right now, there just isn't enough of one, and there's not enough of a voice from your Gen Alpha's too young, from your Gen Zers more so, and like your lower millennials, because they're just viewed as, oh, you don't know any better, you really don't know how this really works. And clearly, you don't know how this works. Just do what you're told, and it'll be fine. And it's not fine, right? If we look at just the value of the yen compared to other world currencies, the fact that the economy has dropped down so significantly, um, it's still a major economy in the world, and it's still a first world country and all that sort of stuff. But it's not held in the same high regards that it once was, to the point where they're relying on tourism and the arts to really like bolster things for them, and that's good. But at the same time, as a society, you have to make some sort of alterations with your own younger generation. I'm not talking about like tourists and foreigners that want to come live over there, right? Because we all appreciate what they do and what they're capable of maintaining. But there has to be a little bit more bend, right? It's a little too rigid right now. And before it was okay because there wasn't that much variation to be had. But as society goes longer and longer and more things get introduced, you need to have a little bit of bend in the blade. If it doesn't, it's gonna be brittle. It's gonna snap. And we're getting to that point. I think this song does a really good job of capturing that younger individual's like sentiment towards that type of view. Did that make sense? I feel like I kind of bounced around just a little bit, but I hammered the point as much home as I could. Yeah, the work culture is brutal. That's another tremendous issue. And if you're a younger person, it's different when the work culture, when the dollar matches the work that you do, or the dollar is close to the work that you do. But when the dollar can't buy you freedom and the work destroys your mind and body, you become a mindless drone. It for all intents and purposes, it doesn't feel worth it. It's too much. Yeah, the nail that sticks out the most gets is the most likely to be hammered down. It's just a whole lot, bro. It's just a whole lot. I love this song. This song has really great replay value for one, and for two, it's also very direct and like to the point in the way that it can be appreciated. Am I? Why am I? Oh, I'm not. Why is this the account it's on? No, I should be on. Oh my god. All right, hold on. Yeah, okay. I was about to say, why am I not subscribed on this one? All right, there we go. All right, cool. It's not. It'll tell me I watched it already. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I definitely as a debut song, this is a banger, dude.